Good morning, all. Thank you so much for joining the webinar today. This is 𝗟𝗘𝗧𝗦𝗧𝗧 from MassMailer. Today, I'm going to talk about the text version of templates that you want to create in MassMailer. And again, there are various ways to create email templates in Salesforce and MassMailer. I would want to kind of showcase the major three steps that you could, three ways that you could follow to create templates. And I would want to stress on the text version. I'm sure majority of you are aware of how to create templates in MassMailer, but you may or may not know that text version actually would play a very important role when it comes to email deliverability. So we just think, hey, I created a HTML file and I'm good to go. I really don't need to create text version because everybody I want everyone to receive the HTML file only. But there are some servers in the world that do not accept HTML. They only accept text version. So technically speaking, when you're sending an email, you're supposed to send both HTML and text version, and based on the server configuration, whether HTML or text, one of these two versions would be received by the recipient. But in day-to-day life, most of the servers that we see are HTML. They support HTML, but they could be 0.001% in the world may not be able to take the HTML. They would only receive text version. So when you're sending out an email, there are a lot of checks that are done on your email, like to check the reputation. One of the factors in which your reputation may go down is if you do not have HTML version. There are other webinars that I've done where you could actually get the complete checklist of email deliverability tips, out of which one of them is including the text version in your email campaign is very, very important. It's not that tough for you to create a text template when you know what is the content of the email, and we'll go through the steps how to create it. I'm sure you're aware that MassMailer does support the HTML version, and right below there's a text version that you can create when you're creating it using MassMailer Template Builder. And we always recommend that you create template before you actually send out a campaign and test it out. That's actually very important. And when it comes to Salesforce itself, there are two ways to create templates. One is a classic, and the other one is a lightning. I'm sure most of you are aware of that, and we'll go through that as well, just in case if some of you are actually just using classic or lightning. That's fine. We can just go through that steps once again, just as a refresher. I'm sure majority of you know, but it's better to go through one more time. And then as I said, if you're actually creating a template using MassMailer, right below HTML, you would see the text version, and there's a refresh text, but like a link kind of a thing to get the auto text for your HTML. And you got to be very careful that you don't want to like type in something in the text version again, click the refresh text, because you would want to finish off your HTML template first before you actually create the text. So finalize everything. And there are small edits that you want to do, that's okay. But like whenever you're making any text changes in the HTML portion of your template, make sure that you do the exact same thing back in the text version right below. And I'll show you what I mean. And then if you have any links, make sure that you have full the link HTTP link or HTTPS link. And then anytime you're making changes, make sure that you actually click on the save and save to Salesforce, because there's no auto save option in MassMailer, unfortunately, due to technical reasons. And then, as I said, do not click on the refresh text twice. Otherwise, any changes that you make are gone. So make sure that once you save it, so make sure that you finish off your HTML, then go to your text version, and then the refresh text link. That's what you're gonna um, click to get the auto text version. Okay, and we'll go to that, and I'll just show you how it appears. So this is how the text version would be right below the HTML body, and I did not copy the HTML version I should have, but basically the refresh text is what you see on the text body. So when you click on that, any text portion of your HTML would come in, but you still have to format because there's no auto formatting in MassMailer, so you still have to format your text version nicely. That's definitely very important. Okay. And then and classic templates, again, we'll go to Salesforce and I'll demo all of this. This is just to kind of give you um, like an overview of how various templates can be created in Salesforce. So if you want to create a text-only version, not HTML, that's possible. I thought maybe I would touch on that. So again, if you don't use classic templates, that's okay, but it's good to know what it means. These are like the very old version of Salesforce templates, in which you have to go to Salesforce setup, classic templates, new template, and there's a text option. Here you can only create a text version, no HTML, just to let you know. So if you want to send out only text version, that's fine, but this is the only approach you can do. And this is just a screen, as you can see, text only version, and then you can add your text into the email body. And then if you have both HTML and text version, again, it's the same thing. You go to Salesforce setup, classic templates, new template. But this time around, you have to select the custom without using classic letterhead option. And then that's how you can create the HTML. And there's a text version that you can actually create as well right after that. And again, that's a third option that you see, custom without classic letterhead. And you basically create your HTML, and then you have the text version of that HTML. And again, there is a copy text from HTML version, so that option is there. So you would want to make sure that you click on that button to get the auto text. And then Lightning templates, sure, majority of you are aware because that's the latest version of templates in Salesforce. Again, you have an option to go to the app launcher, email templates, and then new template from there. And it doesn't give you a text version option, but whatever the editor that it displays, you can just create your text version right there. Even though it says HTML, you're okay to add your text version there. It makes it easy, nothing confusing though. Okay, and then here it is. So you go to the app launcher, email templates, and then you give your template name and everything, and then type in your text template. So that's how you can actually create your text template. So that's another option. So 3 options that I've given on how to create text versions in MassMailer and Salesforce. And then we would take a look at a demo here. And I'll take your questions if you have any right after this call. Oh, sorry, right after this demo. So you would go to the MassMailer app from App Launcher and then go to your template builder. Example, you want to create your HTML. I'm just going to say that HTML demo. Let's say you want to create your HTML, let's just say that that's your HTML layout. I would make it very simple though. And I'm going to go ahead and say add, let's say add a paragraph, and then maybe a divider and some social links, for example. And you would want to upload your logo, or just pick logo there, and just the size. And now here you, let's say, I'm just gonna pick, a simple blog post maybe. There's some content. Okay, so this is my content right there. You can also have some link as well, right? So I just want to showcase how you can actually create links in your text version. So let's say that's your HTML, a simple HTML template, and just save this and save to Salesforce. So if you notice, we have this HTML content on the top, and there is a text version right below. So now you would want to click on this refresh text only once you finalized your HTML. I'm just going to go add maybe another title. Okay, let's just pick this title, right? And then and I'm going to go add my title there. So just copy this and paste it there. Okay, and we can always change the, okay, that's my width. And now that won't reflect here, right? So I would go save this. And save this as well. And just want to make sure that my HTML is done. And I can go ahead and refresh text now because I'm done with my editing. So I would just go refresh text, and that would actually, as you can see, that brought this title now. And then and it has no formatting, right? And there are some HTML, HTTP links right below, and there is a read more thing and all of that. And every link that you may have, we actually put them into brackets. So I would want to remove this because I don't want to have that. And obviously you can make some changes here. So basically here, when it says image link, you may want to remove all of that image link. And then you would want to actually have your Facebook or LinkedIn, Twitter, all whatever that you have, right? So I've not created them, but if I had, MassMailer kind of a thing, then it would actually show right here. So what it means, so any links that you have, you would want to have them. So you don't want any image links. Doesn't make sense. So you would want to remove all of that, and that is basically all your social links. You can write, so click here, for our social channel kind of a thing. And then you would want to add your actual link, removing all the brackets. As I said, we auto add these brackets because we need to have that so that you know that that's a link. And you can have whatever channel it may be, it's up to you. You just go ahead and add them. And then you can add any kind of breaks and stuff like that, right? So that's your text version. So basically, a little bit of a formatting is required, but we have that auto option here. That's kind of neat because you don't really have to type in everything. But any changes that you're making, right now, once I save this, let's say I go ahead and save this and save to Salesforce. Now, if I'm going to make any changes here in this HTML, you don't want to click on that refresh text because it's just going to go, take out everything what you did, right? So I'm just going to add, I'm just going to say this is updated. So that updated thing won't come here. That you have to manually add here. Okay. So you just have to add that and then make sure that again you save both the versions. So that's the only thing that you have to remember, that make sure that you don't click on this refresh text. Once you formatted your text version, you have to go manually update your text version. That's the key. Otherwise, it's not that like complicated at all. Please don't get lazy. Just by creating only HTML, you want to make sure that your text version is also properly formatted. It just takes maybe another few minutes for you to just hit some breaks here and make sure that you have the text version also looking nice. We don't give you the option to test only text version. Just safely assume that it's going to be fine as long as it appears nicely here. In the future, we plan to add that option. When you do a send test, we would have an option to test both text version and the HTML. Right now, we only do the HTML version, as you know. Okay, but that is coming in the future. All right, so that's how you basically create the text version in MassMailer template builder. Now we'll take a look at classic template option. So I would go to classic first and then go to lightning. So if you want to go to classic, this is the only way. You would want to go to Salesforce setup first, and then you can type in classic templates. So you basically go to this option, and this has got a flat folder structure. So you got to select which folder you want to create, and then click on this button called New Template. And it would give you an option to select text version. Let's take a look at the text version first. And again, if you want to have HTML and text, the third option you want to select, please don't get confused with the HTML option. So this is used only if you have letterhead. And we don't recommend using letterhead. I mean, it's okay to use them. It's just that some customers end up like updating that at the time of sending. So it actually would it won't come up nicely. That's what our experience is. So like whenever you're trying to create any template in Salesforce, classic templates, you make sure that you finalize your template here. And if you want to make any updates, we recommend that you do it here itself. Especially HTML, there's no way you can edit in MassMailer. You have to do it in Salesforce directly. And then text versions are okay. That's not a problem. So let's just take a look at the text version only, and then we'll go to the HTML right after that. So you basically select the text version, and then you just have to enter a few details here. I would just skip everything else, just type in something. I'm going to say my text only, and that's my template name. And you can add a description as well. I would just again say that my demo text email, and this is my demo. So this is just again example on how to create your text version, I would just go save this. These templates are available in MassMailer when you're actually sending out. So there is no problem at all. You can still use classic email templates in MassMailer. So that's your text version. As you can see, there's no HTML version here. You can also do a test from here. So, and then if you want to create HTML, again, you would go here, click on the new template, and then select the third option called custom without using classic letterhead. So we're not talking about the other two today, only text and HTML without classic letterhead. And then I wish they actually named it as HTML, but they purposely made it custom because you can import your HTML from somewhere else. Yeah. So let's say what again, give a name here. Make sure that you select this available for use. Give a name here, my demo HTML template. Okay. Again, I won't really complicate this HTML, so I would make it very simple. So I'm just going to type in something here, just because I don't have any sample HTML. So let's say this is your HTML. Okay, so that's your HTML right there. And once you have that, you would go click on this next button again. And here it'll show you the text body option. So all you have to do is make sure that you click on this copy text and say OK, and that brings in your text body. Salesforce does have that formatting, but you want to make sure it's all looking good though. Okay, so I just added only one line, but you very well can add more lines here. And then save this, and that becomes your HTML and the text version. So you have both option, edit HTML version, and if you click on this edit text version, it actually brings up your text version in the editor. So basically, that's as simple as that, nothing complicated. And you always have this option, copy text from HTML version. So that's classic templates. And let's take a look at your Lightning templates. I think it's called email. So you'll have to go to the app launcher and then type in email templates, and you can find that email templates option. And that's nothing but your classic, Lightning. And here again, quite simple. All you have to do is like once you have your folder, wherever you want to create that templates of an example, public email template of an example, it would show this option, new email template, and you could change this folder if you wanted, private, public, or other folder. You can always create a folder, whatever it may be. So just enter that information and then enter. So I would just call this as my thing template. And then you have to select the subject here. Again, I'm just going to say newsletter. And here, even though it just says HTML value, you can just type in, you know, my text. So just type in whatever text version it is, and just save this. And that's as simple as that. That's how you create text version of your template in the Lightning. And again, I just want to show you this option so that you are aware of this as well. So I think we pretty much covered all three options. I'm happy to take any questions you may have. You can type in your question. There's a chat window. I can speak up. You should be able to unmute and speak up as well. Either ways. a simple demo. No questions there. All right, wonderful. Once again, this is a weekly webinar that I do every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific. We announce the new topics every week. You should be receiving an email again next week. May not be there due to holidays. I think next 2 weeks maybe due to holidays I may not be there, but you would receive whatever the next webinar date would be and the topic and everything. Would also receive a recording of this session as well with the PowerPoint slide and all of that. And if you're new to MassMailer, feel free to get on a trial, schedule a live demo. And if you're having any questions, feel free to call me or email me or contact our support team. Yeah, we are here to help. Once again, thank you so much for joining the webinar today. Have a good day, have a good evening. Happy holidays to all of you. Thank you. Bye-bye.